Hello guys, back again with the Alrasta channel. And this time, as usual, we will return to discussing the best Donghua series. Of course, it is the SwallowedStar. In the previous episode, we were shown Luo Feng, who was killed, and the sad news caused people who knew him to feel the loss of a hero who had saved the world. But in fact, by using the soul-grabbing method, Luo Feng can still successfully survive by taking over the body of the golden-horned behemoth. And even more encouraging, Luo Feng can take advantage of one of Golden Horn's innate talents by making a clone that resembles him. Then what was the rest of the story? Of course, without further delay, we will go straight to the storyline. Luo Feng spent quite a bit of time making clones that resembled him while getting directions from Babita. Shusin, who is about to enter labor, is now getting a referral from the doctor to be hospitalized, just in case nothing untoward happens to the woman. Considering that the womb that Shusin is now maintaining also has a negative effect that threatens her life, in addition to Luo Feng's family, it was also apparent that, as a brother who cared about his sister's life, Xingkong was constantly beset with worries. And the peak of his worry was when the day approached when Shusin would soon give birth to her twins. In the end, Shusin, who was determined to give birth to her two children, managed to give birth to them safely, along with Shusin, who also looked fine. This was good news, but unfortunately, at that moment, Luo Feng could not directly witness his two children being born into the world. To be able to create a clone that resembles his body, it takes about 1 to 2 years. And that's the time span Shusin has to wait until Luo Feng can return to his side. Indeed, at the happy moment of her son's birth, Luo Feng could not be there. But he promised that after he regained his human form, Luo Feng would immediately return home to meet and hug his two beloved children, as well as Shusin, whom he had to leave for a long time. While Luo Feng continues the process of making his clone, we will be taken to Luo Feng's residence. And we will also be shown again with Shusin and her twin babies, who have been brought home from the hospital. When Shusin was with her baby, there was an incident where the objects in the room were flying. After seeing the irregularity of the situation, Shusin checked and went to the living room. And it was there that Shusin saw the objects already disheveled under the floor. There was also Luo Feng's family, who'd been in an unconscious condition. Along with that, Elder Yan Hai, who had apparently entered and infiltrated the house, also asked Shusin not to panic, because those who were unconscious did not die and only fainted. After Yan Hai's sudden appearance, another person appeared who played the role of the main mastermind behind the incident. And it was Elder Akin, whose arrival this time aimed to buy some wood crystals owned by the Luo family. However, Shusin emphasized that he would not make any transactions involving buying and selling precious wood crystals to outsiders other than his own country. She will also not sell the crystal to organizations from outside China, especially to people like Akin and his followers, such as Yan Hai and Nai Hefeng, whose names are Segu Nehru. So we just call him Nehru, guys. His presence alone brought bad intentions by forcibly intruding into Luo Feng's residence. Shusin was also not afraid of Akin, because on her side there was still a robot guardian of Luo Feng's legacy who had the duty to protect the entire Luo Feng family. Because Akin received a strong refusal from Shusin. And in this case, Nehru was the one who would carry out the action.
看来我们无法用温和的方式的。
都无法改变我们的态度。
尼赫罗。
Activating her mental powers, Nehru made the objects in the room levitate. Shusin, who was also oppressed by Nehru's mental power, could not do anything. Even the guardian robot could not move when Nehru flew away Luo Feng's family with her mental power and made them hostages in her hands. He also asked Shusin not to let the guardian robot go too far, because if not, then Nehru would blow up all of the Luofeng family's souls. In order to find the whereabouts of the treasures that were neatly hidden by the Luo family, Nehru utilized her mental detection power. And from this, she was able to sense that inside the house, there were 18 chunks of wood crystal, and there were also a lot of plant spirits with a high price value. His discovery was a great advantage. And without lingering, Nehru immediately withdrew all the precious treasures using his mental and spiritual powers. And of course, of all these precious objects, the one with the most dominant value was the 18 wood crystals stored in a secret suitcase. However, the bad intentions of Atkin and the others did not end there. Since there are still 2 babies who are likely to inherit their father's mental strength, they will also eliminate the baby's life, so that the position of the strongest mental master on Earth, currently held by Nehru, is not taken away by Luofeng's 2 children in the future. Not allowing her 2 children to be killed, Shusin then threatened that he would spread the video footage of the deeds committed by Atkin and the others, which turned out to have been recorded by the robot guard from the beginning. Shusin was sure that after he published the video, the faces of Atkin and his followers, who committed inhumane acts against the family of the hero who had saved the world, would become the target of all citizens, as well as powerful people from all over the world. But it seems that the threat mentioned by Shusin is still not enough to make Yanhai and Nehru retreat. In fact, the 2 of them were already preparing to attack the robot guard, who kept the video footage of their actions, so the situation was made even more tense. But before there was a fight, Shusin then told Atkin and his followers to leave immediately with the Luo family's property, with conditions where they are not allowed to harm all of Luo Feng's family members who are being held hostage. Shusin's rude attitude in ordering them all out made Nehru even angrier. But before he launched his action, Atkin told Nehru to stop because they would agree to Shusin's terms of taking all the treasures and leaving this residence. But before they actually left the residence, Atkin flashed Nehru a wicked smile. And in the end, the unpleasant treatment was done again by the man. Nehru used one of the abilities possessed by a mental master, namely, mental attacks. The man attacked Shusin mentally by showing a picture of the memories between Shusin and Luo Feng that had happened in the past. Mind-disrupting attacks like this will definitely have a bad impact on Shusin in the future. The impact of Nehru's attack was also immediately shown when Shusin, who had just regained consciousness and saw that the situation was safe, suddenly fell to the ground with a trickle of blood from her nose. After the infiltration incident carried out by Atkin, some time has passed. Shusin, who we know is still not fully recovered from childbirth, which makes her condition not so good, plus the mental attacks carried out by Nehru, forcing the woman to have to get intensive care from her personal doctor again. The condition of this family is also very concerning, making Luo Feng's mother unable to accept the fact that their family are good people and still have blood ties to the hero who saved the world, but get bad treatment from Atkin, who acts as he pleases. Coupled with the mother who saw Shusin's condition that had to be hurt, she was unable to hold back tears at that moment. In order not to make Luo Feng's mother more worried about Shusin's worsening condition, this woman hid the droplets of blood that were coming out more and more from her nose. Here, the mother also had time to ask Shusin about her condition, and the mother-in-law felt that Shusin was getting better every day. While Shusin still had not given an answer to this matter, Luohua, in the other direction, happened to see Shusin's blood sticking to the cloth that the woman had previously hidden. And from here, he realized that his daughter-in-law's condition was getting worse. But Luohua didn't say anything after finding out. Shusin herself explained that he was now getting better. Along with that, she also asked Luo Feng's family to take Luo Ping and Luo Hai out for a walk, because Shusin wanted to rest and take a nap. Before going out, Shusin then kissed Luo Ping and Luo Hai and wished them to be good children. For Shusin herself, it would be the last meeting between them, because Shusin realized that her life did not last long anymore.
听听，笑。
After all of Luo Feng's family went out, Shusin dressed up and put on her wedding dress with Luo Feng. Even though the 2 were officially married, they still hadn't had a wedding party, as Luo Feng had left first. Hence, Shusin was going to make the most of her remaining life, wear her wedding dress, and make a fake party for herself before she met Luofeng again in another realm, she thought. Shusin also wore a necklace given by Luo Feng, and this necklace was called Eternal Love, which Luo Feng had found in the ruins of an ancient civilization, hoping that Shusin could stay safe with it. And of course, this is a necklace that plays an important role for Shusin. But we will discuss it again in the ending, guys. After finishing dressing up, Shusin then imagined a wedding party. She imagined the moment where Luo Feng put the wedding ring on her ring finger, until finally, the two kissed and continued the party. Until finally, Shusin was bleeding again, along with her weak body, which was no longer able to bear the weight of her own body. And in these moments, Shusin also recalled the past memories she had shared with Luo Feng. And then Shusin ended up lying on the floor. Was this the end for Shusin? Next, we will move into the inner world of Golden Horn's body, possessed by Luo Feng. After the fertilization process was almost complete, Luo Feng's human body finally began to reform, along with the formation of Luo Feng's almost perfect human body. The golden eggshell that began to emit packaging light also cracked. Luo Feng's clone body here also seemed to be emitting golden stripes like a golden horn. This was because Luo Feng's clone was created from the power of Golden Horn. And then, when Luo Feng's human body fought using Golden Horn's original skills, golden lines like this would appear again. And then, shortly afterward, the progress rate reached 100%, which meant that Luo Feng's clone body was now completely formed. At the same time, Babata advised Luo Feng to put the Golden Horned Behemoth's main body into his inner world, and then allow his human body to exit the inner world, so that Luo Feng could return to his normal life as a human figure. Following the Babata's command, Luo Feng was finally able to feel his new human body again. Although this was just a clone, it felt almost the same as Luo Feng's old body. But basically, the two were very different because now Luo Feng's own power was sourced from the Golden Horn's soul core, which was contained in the same inner world as the previous Golden Horn. Until the soul core was destroyed, then Luo Feng would not be able to die. On the other hand, Golden Horn himself had reached the 3rd level star level, which meant that within Golden Horn's inner world, metallic cosmic energy had also grown, which could be used to supplement Luo Feng's clone body. Currently, Luo Feng's clone's body was already at the 3rd level of Star Traveler, and after adding the metallic cosmic energy from Golden Horn, Luo Feng could generate a body called a Vajra body that had metallic properties. This body had a level of hardness equivalent to the level of a 4th level Star Traveler, and was able to contain the mental power of a 6th level Star Traveler. After being resurrected with his latest clone body and preparing to show himself again, he will shock the outside world. Luo Feng also summoned an old friend who had accompanied him so far, and that was Rubbed Cloud Rattan, who'd been waiting for Luo Feng to be resurrected under the surface of the water. Finally, after the Cloud Rattan wine brought Luo Feng back above the water's surface, Luo Feng's body was again covered by the Cloud-Rubbed Rattan armor, which was said to be stronger than the Black God's armor. The following universe plants formed a foothold for Luo Feng. Meanwhile, Babata still felt very sorry that Luo Feng had instead used his clone ability to mold his old human body, instead of choosing genes from a high-level race. Even with the Golden Horn's ability to develop very rapidly, Luo Feng should have been able to utilize it properly. But because of his ego, which preferred to return to a human figure, he now had to develop slower than he should have. And again, Luo Feng also had the Golden Horn Behemoth's inner world filled with metallic cosmic energy. But with the human body he chose, Luofeng felt it would be impossible to draw out the maximum power from that energy, which Babata considered a treasure. It was a waste, in her opinion. And by doing so, Babata could also predict that in the future, the growth and strength of Luo Feng's human clone body would lag behind the Golden Horn's main body. Yes, it's unfortunate, but for Luo Feng himself, at least with his new human body, he can now use the power of a 6th level Star Traveler mental master. And more importantly than that, he can now reappear in front of Shusin, his family, and his 2 children using Luo Feng's body, which is also known by many people. When Luo Feng had regained hope, Babata instead delivered very unpleasant news, because now Babata could feel that Shusin was now dead. And that was SwallowedStar in this episode, guys. Wow, did Shusin die when Luo Feng just returned to the outside world? But before that, I will explain a brief share related to a necklace that I had previously discussed. And that is Eternal Lo, which is a necklace given by Luo Feng to Shushin and made by Babata using materials obtained from the ruins of ancient civilizations. Once used, this necklace can instantly transform the original body assigned to its owner into an eternal body. A body that will never experience aging and will not die before the user's soul is completely destroyed. So in essence, you can conclude for yourself, guys. Because from me, enough until here, and thank you for those of you who have watched until the end, and see you next in my video. Bye.
我已经死了。
以后路只有行星级1级，没能力杀死。
客厅即将宣布
海的。
H2联盟一个震惊全球的消息。
一个死人而已。
来，通知首长，